All right, so apparently Britain is now a football match. Not a real one, not the one, the kind with players and rules or anything resembling reality. No, according to Reform, we're 12 minutes into a 90-minute game. The pitch is already waterlogged because of the previous government. And my personal favourite, they've scored 55 goals.
And essentially, we are 12 minutes into a 90-minute match. The ground is a bit dodgy because of the previous failing administration and management. The pitch is soggy. The ball's a bit wet and a bit soft because the establishment referee hasn't blown it up properly. But we're pushing on. And already after just 12 minutes, we're in the lead. And it's fair to say that the opposition can't quite believe it. Yes, we've had a couple of slips on the soggy pitch. We've had a couple of missed tackles. But actually, we're leading well. In fact, it's a high-scoring game so far. We've scored 55, and our opponents, a slightly strange coalition of Labour and the Conservatives, they've scored 29. And we've peaked last week. Well, I hope we haven't peaked, but we've made great progress with a record win just last Thursday, where we secured almost 66% of the vote in a council by-election.
55. I mean, in 12 minutes, this really is just absolute nonsense. It's someone arguing with their mate after too many pints. And the best part, the whole analogy exists so they can avoid admitting the obvious. Things are rough and they don't have the first clue on how to fix it. So instead we get this childish, it's not our fault the pitch is soggy routine. Then we move on to the councils, apparently collapsing like dominoes, 1 in 5 needing help. Half a country basically bankrupt in 4 years. Everything is broken, everything is on fire, lights are all going out. And he genuinely thinks his tone makes him sound like a leader.
We appreciate the enormous interest from the enthusiastic press who've been baying from the sidelines of the pitch, led by those political gurus, Gary Lineker and Gary Neville. But actually you can see how this scrutiny, this accountability, we've got no problems with that. We welcome it. We said when we campaigned for these elections that we would stand on a platform of saving money, cutting waste, and identifying major issues. And today I'm going to be pretty candid with you. About 1 in 5 of all councils, not ours, but of all councils, are in extreme financial support. Within 4 or 5 years, almost 50% of councils will be basically bankrupt, where essentially their deficits are greater than their reserves. The direction of travel is very bad indeed. It doesn't need to be this way, but fundamental change is required. And what we're identifying is, yes, we can save money in numerous areas, but there are other areas where actually there is a change of regulations and statutes that are required. And if this government doesn't do it, then a reform government, after the next general election, will urgently bring in major reforms to local government in order to achieve this.
This is Reform's signature move. Tell everyone Britain is falling apart, but somehow still expect people to vote for the people saying it. They don't even pretend to offer solutions anymore. It's just cut waste, save money, slash regulations, trust us, it'll be fine. No numbers, no plan, no detail, just slogans. And this is beautiful, he says Reform welcomes scrutiny. They welcome scrutiny, whilst the same breath blaming the pitch, the weather, the establishment, the referees, the previous administrations, and somehow both Gary Neville and Gary Lineker. And the cherry on top? He compares himself to a new CEO taking over a failing company, which accidentally set the bar too high than he realised.
In the corporate world, if a new chief exec is appointed to a failing, troubled company, then after a few months, give or take 6 months, they'll give an update to shareholders and investors about what they've found, what the problems are, what the solutions are, and how long it will take.
Don't forget, when CEOs take over failing companies, they give detailed turnaround plans. They specify where savings are coming from. They take responsibility when things go wrong, and if they fail, they get sacked. Reform wants the image of competence without any of the work that comes with it. For the party that loves telling Britain how hopeless everything is, this speech might be one of the most hopeful things they've written. Because if this is all they've got, metaphors, victimhood, and imaginary goals, then maybe the match is already over. Just not in the way they think. And for a party that welcomes scrutiny, well, they don't seem to take it very well, which you can see in the video that's on screen now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. I'll see you next time.